It's getting towards the Christmas season, and I thought it'd be kind of fun to make the most expensive action figure at Walmart. Basically, I'll make a small action figure of myself, make some packaging, and then put it inside Walmart and then have somebody try to buy it, and we'll see what happens. And how will I know that it's the most expensive action figure at Walmart? That's a great question. I'm going to use billable hours. So during college and after college, I kind of did some private contracting work for people. So I just did engineering and prototyping work for different companies and different people. And doing that kind of work, I would charge anywhere from like $40 to $60 an hour. So I'm gonna add up all of the billable hours for this action figure and then see how much it takes to make it. And then we'll see if it's the most expensive doll inside Walmart. Cool, let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing I had to do was get a 3D model of myself. So I had a buddy of mine scan my body with Polycam, and I used photogrammetry to kind of create the 3D model. I don't know if you've heard of Polycam before, but it's pretty awesome. It makes it super easy to make 3D models of real world objects. There were some parts of the model that I kind of wanted to add more detail to, so I imported it into Fusion 360. Transparent things don't really do too well with photogrammetry, so things like my glasses kind of got lost a little bit. So I decided to kind of 3D model them back onto my head, as well as some pens that I carry in my shirt pocket and a little pad of paper that I carry in my other shirt pocket. To add the glasses back in, I just kind of imported a picture of myself and then I just traced my glasses right onto my 3D face. The glasses accidentally came out kind of like ginormous, so later on I scaled them down. So they aren't this big in the final model. These kind of look like those fake sunglasses that you get at the dentist's office that are ridiculously huge. But again, later on I scaled them down, so it wasn't too bad. After I touched up the model, I needed to 3D print it, so I imported it into Chitubox, which is kind of like the slicer that I use for SLA printing. The model imported like super small, so I scaled it up to like 7,500%, and it looked really good. Added some supports, put it on a USB stick, and put it in the printer. I printed it in white just so it was a little bit easier to paint, and I used this ABS-like resin that came out pretty good. There's a bunch of really cool resin for SLA printers these days, so I kind of want to check out some more in some future projects. After it came out, I cleaned it up and put it in the UV curing chamber to kind of harden it up and cleaned off the supports. After the supports came off, I kind of cleaned up the base of the file and just started painting away. I unintentionally did the clothing and hair first, and I just kind of realized that this is like a scale model of me if I were white. Kind of funny. After the clothing and hair, I mixed up some brown paint and started to paint my skin. After painting, it was time to make some packaging. So I went on to Adobe Illustrator and just threw together a quick design for some packaging, which actually came out pretty good if I do say so myself. And obviously it's a product, so it has to have a barcode. So I just went onto a barcode generator and just wrote RadLab Forever in barcode and put that on the front. So we'll see what that actually scans as. I printed out the packaging on some high gloss photo paper and it actually came out pretty good. Then I just used a little bit of Super 77 to mount the picture onto a piece of cereal box. So I have the cereal cardboard in the back with the picture on the front, and it actually looks pretty convincing. Then I zip tied myself to the packaging, hole punched a little hole at the top so I could hang on a shelf, then put a little bit of a radius on all four corners, and it was pretty much ready to go. So I took it into Walmart and I left it on a shelf, where an accomplice later picked it up and took it to the cash register.
Excuse me. This says invalid entry.
The scanner obviously had trouble picking up the barcode, and so it just kind of threw an error.
It looks like that's not a real barcode.
Okay.
Were there more of these where you got it from?
That was the last one.
So I think it's supposed to be part of like a set. Like it should have a package that has like more things inside
Sure.
of it.
Okay.
So I don't think I can sell it to you just like this.
So obviously they couldn't sell it, so they kept the toy. And I'm pretty sure she knew it was fake because she immediately threw it in the trash. Which I didn't think was a big deal because I was going to try to get it really quick. But right after that, an employee emptied the trash and took it away before I could get my little action figure back. So my mini-me was unrecoverable.
Yeah, and that was kind of a bummer. They totally took the doll at the end there. But yeah, the hours are in. It took me about like 4 hours to make everything. So that might be anywhere from $150 to $250 for me to make that particular project for somebody. And obviously that price might be kind of high or kind of low for different people, but that's just the price that it would take for me to do it. So I can pretty much almost guarantee you that that's the most expensive doll action figure that would be in Walmart right now. So for a little bit, my little action figure was probably the most expensive one in Walmart. And yeah, the only thing I would change different is try to get my skin color a little bit better matched. I looked like I was super tan, so that's what that tanned res edition was. I'm Native American, and so there's different Native American reservations in the United States. I'm from the Navajo reservation. But yeah, I've been wanting to use Polycam and 3D printing for the longest time. I kind of knew what the workflow would be, but I've never actually done the workflow. So that was really fun to see the limitations and qualities and characteristics of that type of workflow and using those types of programs. So really cool. But anyways, thanks for sticking around this long. I hope you guys have happy holidays, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya.